2025 AEGEAN 600 solidifies its reputation in the 5th edition. A strong turnout of 59 entries from 18 nations in this year's 5th edition of the AEGEAN 600 has further solidified its reputation as one of the world's premier 600-mile offshore events. Teams from throughout the world have once again gathered here to test their skills in a setting where wind, sea and sky combine to produce both great challenges but also great rewards. At the opening ceremony and reception at Olympic Marine, team members, supporters and event sponsors gathered under the moon and stars for a fabulous evening of Greek hospitality, great food, drinks and a warm, convivial atmosphere shared by sailors from around the world. At the end of the next day, many team members and their families and friends went to Cape Sunion to observe the sunset from the spectacular cliff-top setting of the 2,500-year-old ancient Temple of Poseidon. This is both a spiritual and inspirational symbol of this race and the location of its start and finish. The start of the race the following day was in classic AEGEAN 600 conditions, under sunny blue skies and on crystal clear seas. A perfect 15-knot northerly breeze helped propel the fleet first off the starting line and then off on their 605-mile journey around the AEGEAN. The first island mark of the course was Milos, lying 100 miles to the south, and initially the fleet's fast progress under Spinnaker looked promising. However, later that day and into the evening, that perfect breeze died and shifted to the west, and in that first night's light air, many teams struggled to find the zephyrs needed to get them into the next leg to Santorini. The transit through this spectacular caldera was slow for most, who came through the following day and into the evening, giving the crews plenty of time to take in the sight of the whitewashed villages precariously perched on the crater rim. Fortunately, the westerly breeze built to moderate strength and shifted slightly north for the leg from Santorini to Kassos, with most teams favouring a westerly tactic bias on this downwind leg, taking some even as far as being within sight of Crete. Then a new challenge awaited on the next leg to the race's halfway point on Rhodes. Punching through the holes in that westerly wind that lie behind Kassos and Karpathos was refreshing fast reaches in the channels between islands. The French team on the bright green Daguet 5 played this well, vaulting out to an amazing lead of nearly 30 miles on the rest of the fleet. Other teams also overcame early deficits suffered at Milos and Santorini to advance forward in the pack. In these wind holes, boat size was not a determinant for success, it was patient, focus and perseverance. The second half of this race is rather like a chicane of zigzag legs that guide the fleet north on the eastern side of the Dodecanese Islands and along the Turkish coast before setting off straight west to Mykonos in the mid-AEGEAN. The fleet leaders made slow progress in these legs, while in westerly winds typically less than 10 knots in strength. This all changed in the pre-dawn hours on Thursday when the northern Meltemi roared back into life, giving the leaders at Mykonos a dose of up to 50 knots on Thursday morning. This extreme breeze gave George Prokopou's Volvo 70 Aeolos from Greece exactly what they needed to pass Dage 5 and cross the finish first, followed by Adrian Keller's 86-foot catamaran Allegra from Switzerland. Next came Dage, Chris Eamon's Kutsun 50 Varuna from the USA, and Manolis Konvilis Neo 570 Carbonita from Italy. This late persistent Meltemi also helped the slower boats defeat the leaders in corrected time. In IRC and ORC scoring, Kay Joanne's Swan 441 Best Buddies emerged triumphant, with Philip Rahn's Swan 80, Yumiko winning the maxi class, and Allegra repeating their win in 2022 in the multi-hulls. In summary, this year's race featured every point of sail in every wind condition, and those that finished on the podium are therefore true masters of the sea in the spirit of Poseidon.